Welcome back to the Fantasy Forge podcast. You'll notice that we're down one member tonight, and it's because Cory is out serving our great nation as an ER nurse. He will be missed dearly, but honestly, his takes won't be. Joe, how the hell are you? It's been a little while.
I'm doing good, man. A lot of life events. Just trying to stay connected with the fantasy football community and keep watching football every Sunday, man.
Yeah, I've been dialed in through week 6. It hasn't necessarily reflected in my fantasy results. I lost Malik Neighbors down the drain. Mike Evans has been banged up in one of my more important leagues. And then if you're an owner of like any Bengals player, Joe Burrow going down is just totally cashed.
It is, but breaking news as of today: Joe Flacco is going to be there under center now going forward. Which I don't know, not much of a upgrade, but the bar was pretty low with Jake Browning. So, man, I don't know. What do you think? You think this is going to revive Jamar Chase?
I think Chase Brown more so than Jamar Chase. Chase just put up like 29 last week. Maybe it was a little bit of garbage time, but he's definitely had a dip in his stats. Dude, Browning, like literally, we could put you out there, and I think you'd get the same results as Jake Browning, man.
Like, honestly, maybe, possibly. I get at least close. I could at least get a handoff going.
The Shug can hand the ball off, run a little check down screen, and then like RPO, like you could keep it one time and like fool everybody because like there's no way he's keeping it, right?
Might throw a little spider too.
A little spider too, banana. Reminds me of the play like when Peyton Manning kept it and ran, but he ran at like 2 miles an hour when he was still on the Colts. He was like lumbering in the end zone. That'd be you.
Yeah, pretty much. I probably run slower than that, dude.
GG's. But we're excited to be back with you all. We're obviously 6 weeks into the NFL season, and my God, the AFC is an absolute bloodbath. Every team we expected to be good is really not, with the exception of the Buffalo Bills, who just lost on Sunday Night Football to my New England Patriots. What an absolute upset. We're feeling really dangerous over here. But, Joe, I wanted to ask you through 6 weeks, what's your biggest overreaction, man? What are you taking to the bank after all the football you've consumed over the last few weeks?
Biggest overreaction? Oh man, I'm going the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to the Super Bowl, baby. To the Super Bowl. To the bowl. To the bowl. Win it all, baby.
They're gonna win.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're gonna. So like, who you got on the other side? Bills.
Oh, freak, dude!
That's the problem.
No, the Bills are like, they just don't have the guts. They can't ever get there, man. I don't know.
If you took MCDC and put them in Buffalo, they probably have 3 championships.
They probably,
just from a fiery, like, I'm going to rip your kneecaps off perspective. McDermott's just kind of over there, you know?
Yeah. You think he owns that locker room? You think he gets them fired up?
No. I think it's Josh. And like, yeah, it's good that it's your, MVP caliber quarterback, but at the same time, like, there's got to be a little separation of church and state. You want your coach to be dialed in and light some fires under some asses sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of the Bills, dude, we smacked them around on Sunday Night Football, and for my Week 6 overreaction, or really the NFL season today at this point, Drake May might be a top 10 quarterback in this league. And look, there's a lot of haters out there. He didn't look great like weeks 1 and 2, but you're starting to see Josh McDaniels cook a little bit from the offensive schemes. And then just like some of the plays he made against the Bills, scrambling outside of the pocket, like basically doing the things that everybody is like applauded Josh Allen for doing all these years. And I'm not going to do the Josh Allen comparison because I do think they're a little bit different. But if you were like, craft me the perfect NFL quarterback right now, it's pocket passer with mobility that passes first. That's Drake May, dude. Like, he can run it, but he's going to try to throw it first. I love everything about this guy right now, and he showed some freaking grit. First primetime matchup, going into Buffalo, whiteout game, and those shitty jerseys they picked. I'm feeling good, dude.
Dude, that like 40-yard pass that he had to Diggs running out of bounds, where he's just like, he's like strafing to his right, and throwing. Like that was crispy, man. I might have to move him up in my rankings a little bit. I don't know if he's a top 10 yet, but I certainly think that he's on his way to
We
being
were
something special.
we were talking again overreactions. So he's definitely
Yeah,
top.
mine's not legible either. I mean,
there's no question. I'm just trying to 10 quarterbacks I'd rather have than Drake May right this second. Allen, Lamar, Burrow, probably Mahomes, even though I hate to say that, it's probably a reality. I'm already running out of people. Herbert, maybe, but not really. Tua's cashed.
Yeah.
49ers don't have a quarterback. Sam Darnold sucks. Titans quarterback sucks. Flacco's a starter in the NFL again. There's not many. Okay, Dak maybe, but Dak's older. There's just not many where I'm like, man, I'd really rather have them over Drake May. So, big regression in the star power across the NFL this year, though, candidly.
Yeah. And I picked him up in Dynasty, last year. And ended up, I didn't really need him. I'm stacked at quarterback in our Dynasty, obviously. I've got Baker, I've got Lamar Jackson, and I've got Josh Allen. So I don't, he just fell to me pretty late, or at least I thought. And then I ended up trading him. Kind of wish I held on to him because, I mean, man, you see it so often when you get rookie quarterbacks and they're just a brief Mac Jones candlelight that just burns out and they just become this big nothing burger. But I honestly, truly believe Drake May will be in this league for a long time. He played really well. He's been playing really well. That's what's important.
Rabes has got him dialed in. I know some people are out on Mike Vrabel already, but I'm a believer. The one that's hardest for me, dude, if you're man, right now, Baker or May, oh, geez, that's so tough because May has a little bit more rushing upside, but Baker is just stone cold right now when it comes to closing out games. He's closed 6 in a row with the 2-minute drill.
It's crazy. Did you see that clip that was surfacing around Twitter? It was a Seahawks fan who was talking shit to him.
Yeah.
And his O-line was with him. And he's talking shit right back, dude. And you can see his O-line smiling. They love it. They knew that he was going to light them the fuck up after that.
Yeah.
He came
We're not going to repeat the quote.
Oh, yeah. No,
we'll get demonetized if we repeat that.
But I saw he came back to the stands and talked shit to that fan. He went out of his way to go find that fan. And if I was that fan, I would have never even posted that video, bro. But he did.
Yeah.
I just love Baker, man.
That was one hell of a matchup. The overhit in that one. Uniform game. We love a uniform game here at the Forge. So
big time.
That was cool to watch, man. It's been a cool first 6 weeks of football, even though the injuries have definitely been turned on. Feels like every team's got one person who's a key contributor that's out right now, whether you're looking at the Cardinals with Connor, Neighbors, Giants, Burrow, Bengals, Lamar's banged up right now. Really the only team that survived the curse of the injury that's a contender is the Bills. Even the Niners have some people who are cashed right now. So we'll have to see if these folks can get healthy. If not, my opinion is this is the year for the Bills. If it's not this year, it's never. The AFC is so wide open.
And I mean, speaking about, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you want to talk about a roster. You got Godwin coming back, possibly fully healthy. And then you're going to have Mike Evans. Then you've got Egbuka, which don't even get me started on this kid. Possibly the smartest draft pick of the year.
31.3 points last week.
You got, dude, I mean, this offense is insane. And, you got Wirfs back too. Oh my God. I just think it's just going to get better. Not to sit here and glaze the Buccaneers too much, but I freaking love watching this team, dude. It's just it's so fun to watch them play.
They're very likable. I'm trying to think of a comparison. It's like the Memphis Grizzlies when they were good, when they had Zach Randolph and Mark Gasol. It's dude, it's just hard to hate them. And you want them to succeed. Just a fun group. And Baker and Bryson have flipped that public narrative around themselves, and they're fun to root for, man, especially when they're joshing with the fans. I don't think Mahomes would sit there and have a full dialogue with a fan. So
I don't think so either.
Mahomes
I don't
is
know.
scared.
Mahomes has been quiet this year, man. I don't know. I haven't heard him. I haven't even seen him take a press conference, dude. I don't know what's going on over there.
The arm's looking bad, man. Forge listeners, we told you, we pulled up this guy's stats, and we told you that his average depth of target has been declining for like the last 5 years. Joe, you called it out, so I'm gonna let you talk about it, man. What'd you see on that Hail Mary at the end of the game? I didn't see a lot of arm strength there, bro.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't. You know what's crazy? Baker's throwing 64-yard bombs with both of his feet planted in the ground. But if you look at Mahomes on a Hail Mary where they had to get it, they couldn't go for a field goal. They needed to score. I mean, he had all the time in the world. He was able to run forward about, 5-10 yards to kind of charge up his throw. The ball barely went 45 yards? The deep ball regression. That could just be the title of the whole freaking video right here. I mean, we told you guys it was coming. We told you it was happening. All the freaking people saying we were naysayers and Mahomes is going to come back and be to go. I'm not arguing the guy isn't a great, Hall of Fame quarterback, but the regression is here. We'll pull up some stats for you guys to look at. What was that throw?
It wasn't good. The arm doesn't look live, man. It looks very dead. And
very dead.
The Chiefs right now are sitting at 2-3, and that puts them in some pretty bad company. Like, you got Carolina at 2-3, and the Ravens are even in a worse position. But the Chiefs do not look remotely like the Super Bowl contender of old, and they haven't been getting the calls from the referees so far. They've gotten called pretty tight on PI and stuff like that. So I don't know, man. It's probably going to change towards the end of the season. They'll probably squeak into the playoffs and go to the AFC Championship again. I'm prepared for that.
Yeah.
But, dude, Mahomes does not look like that guy, I will say.
And going forward, they've got this matchup on Sunday against the Lions, and then they got the Raiders, then they got Commanders, and then they got the Bills, and they got the Broncos, and then they got the Colts. So
they could lose every single one of those games. Every single one.
They absolutely could. And I wouldn't be shocked. But again, it is the Chiefs. I don't want to put too much dirt on them. I still think Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. They do have Rashee Rice coming back here in, a week or two. So that'll change things definitely a little bit. But that and Chris Jones just seems a little checked out as well. I don't know. I don't know if you saw the some of those alternative clips of the random weird T-Law rushing touchdown that was kind of like a busted play. But if you, I don't know if you've been seeing the clips that have been surfaced of Chris Jones and how he handled it. He just totally quit on the entire play. He quite literally stood there and ate a bucket of popcorn and watched the whole thing kind of go down. So I don't know, man. There's some weird vibes coming from the Chiefs. It's weird to see the Chiefs 2-3. I feel like I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, they're definitely frustrated. Even Andy Reid yelling at Travis Kelce on the sideline. You don't really see Reid get into it with players like that. I think they're just all pissed off, man. They're losing. They're used to greatness. And coming out of last season where they didn't start so hot either, I think it's just why can we make deep playoff runs but not secure these bye weeks that enable you to win Super Bowls? So I don't know. They gotta start winning some games, or else I think people are gonna really start asking some questions about maybe not Andy Reid, but the viability of this offense moving forward. They did all right, we'll just pick some people in the cupboard approach with the wide receiver room, but post Tyreek Hill, it has not been super great on that Chiefs offense.
Yeah, no, it hasn't. And I can't say that I'm not rejoicing a little bit because I'm kind of tired of the Chiefs suck off fest. Hopefully that's coming to the end. I'm sure you've been tired of the Brady versus Mahomes arguments for a while as well.
I think it's about over.
Yeah, I think it's about over too, man. But hey, I don't know. I wish Cory was in here because he's got a pretty hot take. He doesn't think the Chiefs win another one. And I love that take. A lot of people.
I'm going to knock on wood and say I hope he's right, dude. I really do. By the way, guys, Cory's not dead. He will be returning to the pod. He's just
working.
He just had to work tonight. So we will welcome him back with open arms. And honestly, it's probably good he's not on after all that's happened to the Bengals. So.
Yeah, it'd be very doom and gloom in here for sure.
Yeah, you got the two positive boys in here. Dallas, They look like Dallas, which is generally pretty good. Dak's dealing, and the Patriots are on the come up. So
At least Dak looks good, man. At least he's throwing a pretty good ball.
dude, he's always had a cannon. Like, that's never been a question. It's just been like, can they protect him and can they not shoot themselves in the foot in these close games? And dude, I'd be curious. I may have to Google when we're walking through it. Dallas record in like 1-score games over the past 5 years. It can't be good.
No.
Curious to check out.
I've seen a lot of those games that usually ends in heartbreak. What are you gonna do?
They probably have been in overtime more than any other team too. Like, I just feel like every time I watch the Cowboys, it's extra minutes.
Yeah.
And then they had that tie the other week. That was tough.
Yeah, ties in the NFL, man. What are we doing? Why is that a thing?
Yeah,
give us a double OT, man.
Grown man league, and we're just like calling it after 10 p.m. Like, come on.
I mean, how many people sat there for like 3 hours just trying to see what the verdict was going to be, just for it to be a tie?
Yeah, dude, the bettors too. I would hate to have been a sports bettor that night. I didn't take that game, so. Joe, let's just talk through week 6. Let's highlight some of the matchups, and then I think both of us are just going to highlight our start sits across the league, but mainly focused on these matchups. We'll first start with Thursday Night Football, which is the Philadelphia Eagles at the New York Giants divisional matchup. A lot of hate between the teams on Amazon Prime. Line right now is Philly minus 6.5, so we'll just call it a touchdown. Jackson Dart, third game starting for the Giants. And he's going to have a little bit of a time versus a defense that is known for a strong secondary with your hero, Cooper DeJean. So I'm curious, anybody you're definitely sitting down if they're an Eagle or a Giant, or somebody you're truly riding with in that matchup?
Yeah, and I think obviously, Jalen Hurts is going to be a must start against a defense that has pretty much struggled the entirety of this year. So, I mean, obviously start Jalen Hurts with confidence. I think Jackson Dart's probably more of like a fringe start. He does have the rushing upside, but one thing about Jackson Dart, as we learned as Arkansas fans, sadly, is he loves to throw the ball. So throwing against Cooper DeJean, I don't know, man. I be a little nervous, be a little sweaty. Hands might be trembling a little bit back there. But I think if you're just in a regular redraft, you probably have a lot of better streaming options at the quarterback position. Go out there and get, Matt Stafford or I don't even know who else would be out there on waivers. But, some guy like that, you could probably get a top 15 option. And I'd probably feel a lot more confident starting somebody like Matt Stafford over Jackson Dart. But dynasty formats, yeah, maybe you go ahead and put in Jackson Dart. I don't know. What do you think?
I've actually started Jackson Dart Dynasty for 2 weeks as my QB. I think he's like 18 points and then 18 points like back to back.
Solid.
He looked decent against I don't remember who he played his first week. And then the second, like this past week, he did not look as good. He turned the ball over, I think 3 times, 2 picks and a fumble, and it cost him the game. So we'll have to see how he, number one, protects the ball. Like, no question the arm's good, but now you've got no Neighbors, and Wan'Dale Robinson hasn't really stepped up yet. So if you have to start Dart, start him. But yeah, to your point, I think there's better options.
Yeah. I don't know how interesting of a game this will be. There's probably a lot of better matchups that most people would want to see. I think Eagles are pretty boring to watch. Just being honest, pretty boring to watch. They don't do a lot with the football. They are successful with moving the football, but it gets a little boring watching Jalen Hurts just throw 3 yards into the flat, on third, and just handing the ball off to Saquon, which I know he's questionable. I think not sure how bad that is. I think it's a knee injury, but and then you got the Giants, which can be fun, but against the Eagles, I feel like this could be a pretty boring shutout game. Eagles.
Yeah, the Thursday night matchups, regardless of in division or not, they're not doing it for me this year. I will say, as I think about that matchup, like Saquon's this is going to be, your guys are going to be like, well, Keith, duh. But like, you gotta play Saquon against a Giants defense that ranks like bottom 5 in the league in total defense and bottom 7 in rushing. They've allowed 7 rushing touchdowns this year. So Saquon's obviously going to cook. But I believe that this is the return of A.J. Brown this week. I think A.J. Brown finds the end zone against the Giants. This is a get-right game. He sucked like the first 4 weeks of the season, like 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, whatever it was. He complained publicly about it, and he got more targets last week. He scored like, I think, 10 fantasy points. I'd be shocked if the conversations internally at in Philadelphia are like, well, we got to get this guy the ball and we got to get him the ball in the red zone, or else they're going to have more complaints on their hands. So I like A.J. Brown in this matchup, actually. I think you're going to your point, have a probably, 14 to 17 point Eagles lead most of the game. And hopefully they try to unlock AJ and just, feed him a little bit, get him some targets. So I definitely like him in the over for yards, and they sprinkle a little anytime touchdown for him. But I'm calling the return of AJ Brown this week, at least 15 fantasy points. So he's a start for me if you are burdened by having him on your roster like I am.
Yeah, I think if you own him, you have to start him. You're going to start him and you're going to feel bad about it. But I mean, if you have AJ Brown, you either, did what you had to do, which we can talk about here in a second. I know that, you had neighbors going down, and you had a AJ Brown owner in the league who didn't really want AJ Brown and understandably so. But if you have AJ Brown, you probably either drafted him pretty high or you made a trade like that. You got to start him. And you got to just cross your fingers that the game script is there where the Eagles have to throw, which I'm kind of leaning on the opposite end. I don't think it's going to be a great week for AJ Brown. I think maybe if they were, in a tougher matchup and they were forced to play a little bit more aggressively and throw the ball, but I think Saquon is just going to destroy. It's going to be like, 14-0, maybe 21-0 at the half, even something crazy like that. And they're just going to run it. I don't think the game script is there, but for AJ Browners out there, I hope that he does score. I feel bad, and I actually am starting AJ Brown in Dynasty, so that would be nice. But
yeah. Well, we'll see. Again, they got to get him production, or he's going to start, trying to work his way out of the org. I think we had these frustrations into last year when he was reading the book on the sidelines. They make a push, and obviously end up winning the Super Bowl. But we'll see how things come together for AJ. And I'm trying to think of anybody else. Like Devontae Smith's just kind of a nothing burger for me. I'm sitting both Giants receivers. I think they both suck. I think like they're just going to continue to spread the ball around. Wandale was supposed to take over. He didn't. So you might get like a lot of who's the tight end Dart keeps on feeding? Geez, it's not Bellinger. It's their other tight end. You see a lot of tight end production.
Is he a rookie? Is it a rookie tight end? Or who is it? I don't even know who the hell the tight ends are in the Giants. I watch so little.
Theo Johnson.
That's right.
He is 24. This is year 2 for him, I believe.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about Theo Johnson. He did ball out. Was it this past week?
2 weeks ago, he caught 2 tutties.
That's right. Is he a rookie? He's a second year?
Year 2, yeah, sophomore.
Okay.
But honestly, he may be like, if Dart continues to remain the starter, they clearly have some rapport. So maybe we're putting in the forge.
Yeah, possibly. You starting Scatabo if you're an owner?
Yeah, I've been starting it for 2 weeks. The guy's freaking crazy. I don't know if I love him or not.
He is.
He's going to get the touches. He's going to get 14, 15 touches a game. I mean, you got to do it. It'd be really nice if he scored more touchdowns, but we'll see.
That dude eats cement for breakfast, man.
Yeah, nails and cement and CT. That's all he's got. All right, well, that's Thursday Night Football, Philly at New York. I'm just going to go ahead and assume you got the Eagles in that one, as do I. Let's move into the regular Sunday slate here. So we've got London game at 8:30 a.m. It's kind of a snoozer, Denver at New York. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll have the Octobox at the noon kick. And then what sucks is there's only 3 afternoon games, and we'll talk about those in a second, but it's definitely a decent slate here. 2 games that I think people are going to be talking about. We'll start with the LA Rams at Baltimore. It's a get-right game for Lamar and crew. All indications are that Lamar is going to play, I think, everything that I've seen. Current line is Rams minus 7.5 on the road, which really means it's Rams minus 10.5 if they were playing on a neutral site. So pretty shocking line. I got to be honest. They're betting pretty low on Baltimore. But what are your thoughts on hot seat Harbaugh over there?
Man, I don't know if you saw the video. I'm like Twitter guy tonight. Of him walking out of the stadium, and the fans were not happy with him, and he was pretty close to the fans. I mean, they're face to face with him, and he's getting booed, and he's not just getting booed; he's getting booed, like bad. So I think they got to put something together. I feel a little bad because I feel like, and I know that you can't really always do this in the NFL, but at least 2 of their losses this year are completely on Derrick Henry. And the guy just cannot hold on to the freaking football, man. And I know that, he's wearing an arm sleeve there, and people were saying maybe that's why, he doesn't have the friction of the football kind of sticking there in the, the pit of his elbow there. But so he took off the sleeve. This is a true story, by the way.
This is technology right here.
I'm telling you, man. So he took off the sleeve. There's a video that surfaced of him at practice without the sleeve, and he's got his teammates beating on him, just trying to get that football out. So hopefully he stopped doing that. But I think if he didn't fumble, at least in a couple of these games where, I mean, it really did cost him a couple of games there, especially there in a week 1 against the Bills. So I don't know, man. It seems like it could be a very different story right now for the Ravens had this team just not made these small mental errors like that that just kind of cost them the game. And dude, Harbaugh is really paying the price for it. I don't think that he deserves all the hate. I still think he's a great freaking coach. It sucks that he has to be on the hot seat, but yeah. I hopefully Lamar starts. I'm seeing here that, I know he's got a hamstring thing. And I don't know. It looks like he's unclear for week 6. Obviously, if he sits, it's going to be a huge downgrade for the entire Baltimore passing game. You're going to have some of these guys like Zay Flowers and some of these dudes that are going to be suffering for it. Rest in peace, Landon. But I know. What do you think of the whole Ravens landscape right now?
I'd hate to be a fan, number one. I mean, Baltimore's always, they've always had a good defense, regardless of how dog shit their offense was. 32nd in the league in scoring against them, allowing 35.4 points per game.
Yeesh.
You're not going to win. I'm surprised they even won 1 game. Rushing their bottom 4, passing their bottom 2. It's just not good. And I think a lot of people are what the hell, John Harbaugh? Clearly you can field a good defense. What's going on? I do think this is a get-right game. I think the Ravens go out there and shock the Rams. I think M&T Bank is going to be popping. Ravens have probably a top 5 home atmosphere in the league, Ravens, Bills, Eagles, Cowboys, and you could argue the 5th probably. But, those teams have always had rowdy fans, and they're going to be dialed in. I think Lamar is just going to have one of those hate games where he just goes out there and runs for 2 touchdowns, throws for 2, if healthy. And, some folks I like in this game, Kyron Williams has continued to bend on a little bit of a bender, a little bit of a come up here. He dropped 31 points last week. He had a slow start to the 2025 season, but I think he's starting to get a lot of utilization in the passing game, which is where he's always excelled. I'm trying to think of some people that are maybe lower and not a star on their team. I mean, obviously Puka is going to continue to cook and is a must start. I'll tell you somebody that I'm potentially thinking about benching though is Devontae Adams. I know, I knew you wouldn't like that. I just think he's been pretty touchdown dependent. Puka gets the targets, Adams gets the touchdowns. If you have a better option at wide receiver, which you probably don't if you're in redraft, let's be honest. But if you do, and it just feels like that cliff has to come at some point. And in a must-win, essentially, game for the Ravens, I feel like it's going to come.
Yeah, and before you know what? You might be right. You might be right. I do have him in Dynasty. I have been starting him, and he's been pretty serviceable through the first few weeks. But yeah, I guess I could see that. I do like that. Puka takes away so much attention that sometimes you do get this just open availability for Devontae Adams down the field, which does result in some touchdowns. So I still think he's like a great wide receiver too. I still think he's a great high end flex option as well. Looking at Kyron Williams though. Yeah, it looks like he's yet to actually break 100 yards. Yeah, it looks like so he's
rushing production has sucked.
Yeah, so he is yet to break 100 yards in 2025, but I think this could be the matchup that he gets there. I mean, like you're saying, Baltimore's run defense is pretty much as bad as its passing defense. They've given up 732 rushing yards, so yeah, 30th in the league to running backs. So yeah, he could have another great game. I think I don't know, Blake Corum. I know his involvement has increased a little bit in this offense, but after last week, I mean, Kyron just freaking dominated. What do you have, like 3 touchdowns, and he was getting all of the target share there as well. So yeah, that'll be
the only concern is the fumble bug has reappeared for Kyron.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is. Is he wearing an arm sleeve too?
I don't know, man. Maybe we need to reach out to his representation. But yeah, fumbled in back-to-back games, lost both of them. And this was like the reason why everybody was like, are the Rams going to give him his money? Like, I don't know. So clearly it's rubbed off on freaking Ramondre Stevenson too, that piece of shit. But he fumbled 5 times last year and 3 times the year before, total season. And he's already at 2 through 5 games. So he better rein that in, or else Sean McVay is going to bench his ass for Corum pretty quickly, because you just can't turn the ball over. So on the Baltimore side, I'm a total sit on Mandrews. I think his career is over.
Shout out Mandrews. He won me some leagues.
Shout out, like, no doubt Hall of Famer, no doubt top 15 tight end all time. Just probably about time to hang her up there out of Oklahoma. One of the best Oklahoma tight end of all time. So in that game, I've got Baltimore with the upset. I think it's a must win for them. They're going to come out scrappy at home. Again, caveat, Lamar plays. I mean, if he doesn't, then obviously it's a Rams win. What do you think?
I think you're absolutely right. I do believe in the Lamar Jackson hate game, and you can tell he's got a bad attitude. He had a bad attitude, the last time he played when he got benched. We weren't even certain if it was because of injury. It kind of seemed like he just took himself out of the game, like sports books and everybody else is like, what the hell's going on, Lamar? Like they're putting in freaking Cooper Rush. So, what the hell's going on? And then comes out he's got a hammy injury. Who even knows if that's real? But what I do know, he's got an attitude problem. He's kind of like AJ Brown. He wants to play. He wants to dominate. I think he could come out and be very, very crafty here. But I will say Sean McVay is the truth. And I think it's also a kind of a little bit of a get back game for Sean, especially with a play call that kind of cost him the game this past week. So I think this could be matchup of the week. I think this will probably be the most fun game we're going to see here in week 6. And I'm stoked for it.
Yeah, that's why I started there for sure. Tickets for that game, how much do you think they are in Baltimore?
Oh, God. Are we talking like nosebleeds? Like
get in the building. Get in the building ticket.
Get in the building.
Yeah. It's the
$500.
Third lowest of any matchup. $48.
For that game?
Yeah, dude. Ravens are 1-4, Oh, it's tough up there in New Orleans.
Well, I guess I'm so used to being a Dallas fan, dude. If you even want to like get a glass of water at the TD Stadium, it's like $80. So that's crazy. Dude, I would. Hey, Ravens fans, go to that game, dude.
$50 gets you in the building. Meanwhile, Lambeau, Cincinnati at Green Bay, $300 to get in the building. So just some perspective there.
You can look up Dallas tickets, dude. It's fucking expensive to go to.
Dallas is on the road this week. I'll look at their. We'll humor this for just 1 second. Let me look at week 7. There's no way that's right. It says $30 right now, but it's probably because we're over a week out. I'd have to verify that. Anywho, speaking of Dallas, let's talk about the Cowboys, then we'll talk about this Seattle-Jacksonville game, which is suddenly a good game randomly, and then we'll talk.
That was so strange.
Oh, dude, I got to talk SF Tampa Bay too. There's a lot of actually good games here in the Sunday slate, but we'll quickly just touch on Dallas at Carolina. Dallas minus 3.5 right now. Noon kickoff, Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. The Panthers coming off a insane comeback win against the Dolphins, where Rico Dowdle over 20 touches, 200 yards on the ground. Like, what the actual fuck? But Cowboys feels like a little bit of a trap game. I don't know.
Yeah, you just never know, man. We're such a weird melting pot when it comes to football. Like, you just never know what the hell you're going to get. And I was telling the guys this, the other day. It's like, we will get blown out by like the Arizona Cardinals, but then, we'll play the Eagles and we'll keep it within a score. So you never know what you're going to get. It just depends on the coaching. It depends on our defense. Is Trayvon Diggs just going to continue to be absolute garbage? And I'm saying that as a Cowboys fan, like Diggs, like, brother, like, we got to go, man.
It's not been good.
Sorry. It's not good anymore. And we need defense badly. But yeah,
by the way,
what's that?
Worst defense in the league, 412 yards allowed a game.
Yeah, by far. We need some help, man. And that's why I've been loving these rumors about Max Crosby. I'm sure it's probably bullshit, but these rumors about Max Crosby coming over to the Big D, that would be, whew, might have to use a Fanatics credit on that one, man. Get me a jersey, but it's probably not happening. But yeah, I mean, Dallas, we're still without CeeDee Lamb here. I know he's missed a couple of games, which sucks. I'm a CeeDee Lamb owner, but luckily I've got Pickens, who's going to continue to just be the wide receiver one in this offense, so long as CeeDee Lamb is not playing. I know I've been seeing him on the sidelines. Looks like he's practicing. Doesn't have a boot, so not sure what his status is for Week 6. I think it's uncertain, but regardless, we might see him as early as Week 7, possibly Week 8. And from there, he's just going to be every week must start. But for now, I mean, I've got Pickens. Luckily, I was able to get that done. So he's a monster as well. This offense is just like we've talked about all off season. They're going to continue to throw the piss out of the ball. We're going to get these game scripts where we get down big. And, you got No Name, who's also coaching for his job. He wants to throw the freaking ball. So everything that we said in the off season has truly come to fruition, not to toot our own horn here, pat ourselves on the back, but this is an offense that loves to throw a lot. And so when you've got these wideouts like Pickens, like CeeDee Lamb, I mean, they're just going to at least rest of the season, both of them, like Lamb probably finish wide receiver. I mean, at least top 10 once he comes back. Pickens easily top 25. So, yeah, this will be an interesting one. We either blow them out, they blow us out, or we tie.
No,
so that's pretty much it, man.
That's Dallas Cowboys football, baby. Like that. I think Pickens is a total lock. Dowdle coming back home to Dallas after serving basically as your starting running back last year, right? Yeah. And then you've got on the other side of the ball, I think Ted McMillan probably has a nice day. I would make sure he's starting in your lineup versus a Dallas defense that is Swiss cheese. And if he's got Diggs on him, he may go for 3 tutties. It just depends on what Bryce Young we get. Do we get the game manager, not turnover, distribute the ball Bryce Young, who's a serviceable starter in the league? Or do we get Bruce Young, who's going to turn the ball over and miss wide open receivers? Like, just like you get Dallas, it's either 50-50. It feels like Bryce or Bruce Young is the same way, man. Like, he's a difficult watch some days, and some days you're like, oh, this guy's actually better than Tua. So I won't say too much else on the Dallas game, because I think you highlighted like Pickens is going to be the guy until CD comes back. Dowdle's going to continue to have high production until Chuba comes back. I think Dallas covers 3.5. I think they get out of there up a touchdown and hopefully, get some momentum going here.
We're missing a pretty big name here, but Javonte Williams, and I know that Coach came out and he said, "Hey, like he has earned," and I quote, "he has earned the bell cow role in this offense." So this doesn't seem to be a fluke with Javonte Williams anymore. He looks like the clear cut, every down bell cow running back. I know, we did integrate a little bit of Jadon Blue, who's dealing with some. I guess he's wearing some Louis Vuitton cleats or something, and his feet are all scarred up. But regardless, quite literally, Shoddy came out and said, "Hey, like it's not a fluke. Javonte has earned this. Like he's our guy. He's the new Zeke, baby." So pretty crazy. Didn't see that one coming. I did pick him up just because Cowboys fan here during our draft, and man, like I think he's RB3 right now if I'm not mistaken.
He is
freaking crazy. So
crazy how far he's come from the Denver days.
I know, man. Just had to get the hell out of there. Shout out Denver.
Shout out the Cowboys for utilizing him on a pretty cheap deal. So, roll Cowboys there. We'll pivot over here to the afternoon slate. We got two games we want to quickly discuss here. The first is going to be a probably runner-up for game of the week. San Francisco at Tampa Bay, 3:25 kick, local time. Tampa Bay minus 2.5. So Vegas is essentially a push on this one. This is the game where I think Tampa Bay is like legit. Like they're good right now, but if they beat, I think San Francisco's 4-1 pretty handily, I think people are going to be like, wow, like the NFC might have to run through Tampa. You already kind of alluded to it. You think they're going the distance this year. And I believe Mike Evans is still going to be out for this game. So it's going to be the Ibuka show, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's just hope that some Niners fans talk shit to Baker beforehand and get his ass fired up because, I mean, he's got ice in his veins. I think he could come out here and put on a showing. I don't think it's going to be easy by any means against the Niners. And you said this is at 49ers, right? Like it's on the road. It's in Tampa.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, 49ers fans, buckle up, man. And I know that Niners are still without some of these guys like Ricky Pearsall. Is he coming back? Anytime
yeah, he'll
soon?
Be back this week.
Okay, cool. Juwan Jennings, is he in the mix? Who cares, man? You got to go up against the freaking Bucs, baby.
I think he will be back.
Yeah, but so that's cool that they got some of their weapons back. I don't know what the hell's going on with Kittle. He's still hurt.
Jennings suited up. Yeah, Kittle's out. Yeah. Pearsall will be out. And then who knows about Purdy? Are you going to get the Mac Jones experience once again?
Yeah, a little bit of a system quarterback thing there going on. I think Purdy's due to return, right? Right or no?
I'll hit a quick
search. We might double check on that, and I'll just talk about CMC really quick because we did sit here and say, hey, like this is a guy that if he has the usage that he had in 2023, where they're just giving him the ball, dude, we might have to eat our foot on that one because the guy is just printing 20-point fantasy weeks every single week, doesn't even have a touchdown, which is the worst part. So he's not even at his apex yet. So as soon as he gets a rushing touchdown, I know he's had a few receiving touchdowns. I mean, it only goes up from here. He looks exactly like 2023 McCaffrey, where you can just hand him the ball and he's going to run into the freaking, he's just going to run it for 30, 40-yard pickups over and over again. And he's just a check down machine as well. So, yeah, I think this will be a really interesting matchup. I think if you're a CMC owner, obviously is must start. He's gonna give you 20 points. That's his floor. And I think if you're an Ibuka owner, you got to continue to start him so long as Godwin's back. So long as Evans is going to continue to be sidelined. It'll be interesting to see what happens when you have Godwin and Evans back. Not really sure what they're going to do with Ibuka. I'm sure he'll continue to have some sort of role in this offense. You can't really, put the bird back in the cage after you freaking unleash this monster who's just, I mean, my God, he's on par with like rookie Puka Nacua, rookie freaking, who was I thinking of?
Chase.
Yeah, Chase looks like a freaking monster. So yeah, we'll see. But this will be another one of those key matchups to watch. Who do you got in this one?
I think this is a shit of hand special. I think the Bucks pull away. I'll give you a sneaky must start. I like Cade Otton in lineups for this one. I'm at the point where it's like Baker has let everybody eat at this point, and Otton's like the one who hasn't. He scored 12 points last week, 80 yards. I think you're going to see a little bit more tight end feature in this offense. And Cade Otton's had games where he goes off for like 20, 25. If you're streaming a tight end this week, I would highly recommend Cade Otton in a game that will probably be relatively high scoring. Over-unders 47.5. Tampa by 10 is what I got. I got Tampa by 10 in this one. Interesting note on this game, NFC on NFC broadcasted by CBS. You generally do not see that. Fox is generally the NFC partner. So,
that'll be interesting. And I forget you're Shanahan hater, which I am a little bit too. Maybe not as much as you, but yeah, I think I could see the Bucks pulling away. I hope they do, man. It's like my second team, man. Sadly, I'm like, I don't know why. I just want to see Baker be successful after, all the shit that guy's been through.
Yeah. Small market, likable team. Like the old man. I wish they had like a more like animated, fun head coach. Bowles is super boring. Like that's the only thing that they're really missing. But fun stadium with a giant ass pirate ship in the end zone. I mean, you can't go wrong. And the cleanest jerseys in the league this year with the creamsicles. So, we'll see. I'll be tuned in on that 325 matchup. And that takes us to Sunday night, where Detroit will head to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs on NBC. Right now, which I think this is like a hammer. Right now, the line is KC minus 2.5. I got Detroit by at least a touchdown.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I just think, gosh, what's the status of Rashee Rice? I should know this.
He's got one more week.
One more week. Man, there's just not a lot of the Chiefs just don't have a lot of weapons offensively right now. I mean, they've got Xavier Worthy. But other than that, I mean, they've got an aging Travis Kelce who just looks so slow, man. And I got something on my Reels page the other day, and it was just prime Travis Kelce, and like the dichotomy of prime, young Travis Kelce versus what we are getting now. He's just taken a tremendous step back. I mean, it's not even of his own fault. Father Time, as we all know, is undefeated, and he just looks fucking slow, just to be frank. So I don't know, man. I don't think that this offense is great. I think they need to get Rashee Rice back ASAP. But the Lions are just, dude, they got Gamble Campbell, who's just he's going to hype everybody up. They're going to come out. They're going to ball. You got Amonra. He's a must start.
We were wrong about him.
It's going to just be a smokescreen for everyone. He's got coming off of a 2 fantasy point week. But they got Sonic and Knuckles, Gibbs and freaking the Mole, who are going to probably run all over the Chiefs, even though I think they have a pretty good run defense. But yeah, this will be a fun matchup.
Yeah, it should be. I think you got to start Xavier Worthy while Rice is out. I did confirm he's got one more week. This is their last week without him. He'll come back week 7. Yeah, I mean, we were wrong about Sun God. I was a Sun God hater, I think, in some of our mock drafts and some of our pre-season analysis. I was like, I just don't see the production remaining post Ben Johnson. I was wrong. Guys going freaking off right now. Feels like anytime they're within the 25, it's Sun God, like 15-yard catch and a 10-yard scamper into the end zone. So Chiefs D is average. Goff continues to just be this like steady QB 13 who can get it to his playmakers. And like you said, Gamble Campbell hasn't really lost a beat with the departure of Ben Johnson. It's almost like Ben Johnson wasn't really that good, but that's some people are saying. I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, you got all the Lions cast of characters are always must starts. On the Chiefs side, Worthy, and then randomly Kareem Hunt. It like keeps scoring touchdowns. Like, so if you need like somebody that's on waivers potentially in your league, like, and he's probably going to find the end zone and a rushing touchdown and get you like 10 to 13 fantasy points, why the hell not? I think he's probably if you're a streaming running back this week.
Yeah, it's so random. Saw that as well, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this Chiefs offense anymore. But yeah, I don't know. You get the Lions coming in. I think that's I think -2.5 Chiefs is criminal.
It is. I mean, even if you take the Lions like -3 to win by a field goal, that feels like free money. Mm-hmm. Highest over of any game this week, 52.5, which I don't think they will get there. Not a big unders guy, but if I had to guess, I don't think both teams are scoring 27 points, but we shall see.
Roger.
I got the Lions by 4 to 6 points in that one.
I think that's reasonable.
Give me like a 24 to 20 final score.
Yeah, I could see it coming down to a field goal on some weird ref shit. This is played at Arrowhead, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a ref suck off fest. I could see it come down to a field goal.
We shall see, but I will be taking the Lions in that game. And then let's wrap here with Monday Night Football. Just quick call out: the Vikings and the Texans are on bye this week. So doubleheader Monday night, which absolutely sucks. I don't know of a single person who likes double Monday Night Football. When I want prime time, I want every fucking person to be watching the game I'm watching.
Gotta stop doing this. Please stop doing this.
Yeah. Like, you're going to give me a London game?
Bro.
If you're going to do London, fine, whatever. Don't give me double Monday Night Football. Please. I'm begging. And originally it was they only would do it when college was over or like college was in the playoff. Now they're doing it just random freaking Sunday or Monday. So not a fan of that. We got 2 games. First is the Bills at the Falcons. Line right now is Buffalo -3.5. This feels like a just utter stomping. Buffalo got upset Sunday night, as we know and discussed. This Falcons team is still riding with Michael Penix Jr., even though a perfectly serviceable Kirk Cousins is, on the bench ready to rock and roll. Candidly, I don't really know how Penix has been playing. I'm just going to assume it's been bad. I will verify that, but I don't see any situation why the Bills don't go into Atlanta and handily win this game. What do you think?
Yeah, no, Bills are going to come in and take over. It's just going to be one of those things. I'm not, maybe if they did have Kirko there under center in Atlanta, maybe I could see it coming down to the wire. But I just think that I don't have a lot of confidence in Penix. Never really have. Anybody who knows me knows that even in the off season, I just haven't been super high on the guy. And it's not that I'm, damning him as a quarterback. I think he could, eventually be something special. But yeah, I think I agree. The Bills will handily come in here and destroy the Falcons. Man, they need to either deploy Kirk or start praying because I don't know.
3 passing touchdowns in 4 games for Penix. So I was right. He is not playing well. Week 2, he had 6.6 fantasy points. Week 3, he had 5.5. He did bounce back last week. Now, speaking of bounce backs and now must starts, Drake London is firmly all the way back. 25 points last week, 11 before that. He's just clean, like targets 15, 4, 8, 10. Like he's likely going to get 8 to 12 targets every single week in an offense that needs to find its playmakers because their quarterback kind of blows. So I'm in on Drake London this week. On the other side of the ball, I liked what I saw in SNF with some of the more gadget plays and just like screens they set up Shakir with. I think you're going to see a little bit more of that. Like as soon as James Cook got shut down, they immediately started to turn to Shakir in some of those short yardage situations. So I like Shakir to continue to contribute. He's not going to beat you over the top 70-yard touchdowns, but he will get those dinks and dunks that sometimes are really good for fantasy production.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if you own, Coleman or you own Shakir, those are both, good flex options. Probably wouldn't want to start either of them as a, like a wide receiver too. You could if you really had to, but I think they're both great flex options. Obviously, the must start is going to be Bijan, Drake London. You absolutely have to start these guys, and probably not start Penix. Absolutely, you're going to start Josh Allen, obviously, and I would expect the Bills win here.
pretty handily, no doubt. So that will be I don't know. I would say the worst of the two matchups. The other game, which is the final game we'll discuss, is the Chicago Bears at the Commanders. And this game is special to us because our friend Cone has been calling a Commanders regression all year. He's a massive Bears fan to a fault. And this game is going to be played at 7:15 Central in Washington or Maryland, wherever their stadium actually is. Lines Commandos minus 4.5, which feels like free money.
Yeah.
I think the Bears get absolutely stomped. JD fully back, feeling good. Like last week was his get right week, and I think he's going to run for 80 yards and a touchdown minimum.
Yeah, 100%. I think that Cowboys deodorant is starting to wear off on the Bears. Our friend Cone kind of came in there after Cowboys got stomped. Kind of one of those things where, I'm trying to peel back the blinders on them. Hey, like, dude, our defense is just dog shit. Okay, it's just terrible. Like, don't get a big head. Don't go all Cory Beamer on us, okay, with the 2022 Bengals. Dial it back because you got some hard matchups. And I think this is going to be one of those where Daddy Calm just comes in and calms all over the Bears' face. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup, man.
It is. Sorry, that was just so dumb. I loved it. Hey, so we got some folks in this matchup that I would look at, and I'll just ask you, Joe.
Yeah.
Who is the current wide receiver 7 in fantasy right now? He's playing in this game.
Oh my gosh! And this is somebody that we weren't too nice or keen on drafting. I'm going to say Rome Odunze, wide receiver 7. Is it not?
No, it's not, but that's a great guess. I can look up Rome because I'm actually curious what he's at.
I'm pretty sure he's top 10 wide receiver right now.
12. He's 12, but he had a bye last week. So
is it
he's probably pretty close.
Is it Debo?
It is Debo, dude. Wide receiver 7, man. He's gone 22, 17, 5, but he missed some time that game. He only played 43% of snaps. 20, 23. And he's scored 3 touchdowns. And his average, we'll just call it 70 yards a game receiving and, 10-ish yards per target. So I don't know. I don't know what to say, man. The guy's just scoring touchdowns. He's outplaying Terry McLaurin all of a sudden. It feels like all that missed time for Terry in the offseason caught up to him a little bit. And we'll probably see him come back here to his regular levels of strong production. But Debo is the guy in Washington right now.
I think there was a lot of buzz in the offseason about fat Debo, about COVID flu Debo, where he was a shell of his former self. And he's got a YouTube channel where he uploads, I believe, weekly. The guy was putting in work in the offseason. Now, like, dude, I'm a little husky myself, so I get it. But like, hey, and we all love a big boy touchdown. I mean, he's a big boy, but like, and he might have slowed down a little bit. I don't think he's out there running like a 4.4 or anything like that. But I mean, he looks great, man. He does look great. I mean, it's crazy to think that Scary Terry, who was formerly Jaden Daniels' like favorite target last year, has just kind of taken a back seat, and we bring in Fat Debo, and he's just balling. So shout out Fat Debo. I like what you're doing, man. Keep eating, bro, both off and on the field. Because
shout out, dude. Make sure you eat that cereal for sure.
Crazy.
You got Terry coming back this week. He had a quad injury, I think, something minor. So again, you'll probably start to eat in that production. But you mentioned Rome. Again, I will right hand up this one. He looks good. He looks like he has good rapport with Caleb. And DJ Moore looks like he's totally non-existent. It looks like Rome's the guy.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of trade rumors on that too. If DJ Moore gets dealt, dude, I mean, Luther Burden just looks like a nothing burger.
Yeah,
I get he's a rook, but yeah, I mean, we were at least I will say I was very wrong on the Rome pickup. I wasn't riding the high with the rest of the people. in the offseason, but he looks freaking good, or at least he looked really good against the damn Cowboys. But anybody does right now. So yeah, I think Rome and Debo are just absolute obvious starts. I think Washington's secondary is young and very attackable as well. So
Yeah, it'll be a fun watch. Hopefully, I get the double box going, a little simulcast action. I do think Washington mops the floor with Chicago in this matchup. Ride the hot hand with Debo if you're an owner. And if you're a Jaden Daniels owner like myself, you hope for a get right game. What's great about JD, man, is he scored 1 touchdown last week and he's still at 18 fantasy points. Like, that's what you get out of him. And then you're also going to get the 37-point smackdown game over the Bears. So that's what you hope for. And we'll have like the alternate ESPN crew, like Lou Riddick and Chris Fowler, like the college crew, calling that game. So that'll be interesting. Or they'll maybe be calling the Buffalo game. Either way, they'll be calling one of the 2 games. So that's kind of the total slate here in week 6. Some actually pretty strong games. A lot of games in the noon slot, like we mentioned, and then primetime SNF Detroit at KC is probably the best game alongside LA at Baltimore. So definitely some things you're going to want to tune in on and make sure Red Zone's up and running, ready to go.
Oh yeah.
What's your prediction for the rest of the season, Joe? I know you called Tampa Bay Super Bowl. Who's your MVP right now?
Man, my MVP, man, it's looking like Baker. Like, I'm sorry, like, don't make me sit here.
Baker.
It's looking like Baker, man. I mean, the guy's got fucking ice in his blood.
QB3 right now.
Dude, you put him in a 2-minute drill, and it's almost like guaranteed, bro. It's just like, it's guaranteed. You put him in a 2-minute drill, he's going to win the game for you, man. And it doesn't really matter. Like, it could be raining lava from the freaking skies, honestly. I think he's putting on a clinic. I think he's putting on a MVP level season.
Dude, what do you think? So at Seattle, 29 for 33, 379, 2 tuds. Like, to complete, I got my calculator right here. 29 divided by 33. Hold on. There we go. Sorry. Sometimes she runs out of some juice. 88% completion percentage.
On a clinic, man.
That is 88% in the NFL is wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he tore that ass up. I'm trying to even think of who else. So like we can pull up Josh. Allen did not have a good week last week, but
yeah,
he went 33 for 46 versus Baltimore week 1, dropped 42 fantasy points, 2 passing touchdown, 2 rushing.
It's a game script thing, though. We can chalk that up to a game script thing. If you can get James Cook in there and it's working and he's getting 6 yards of carry, then that's the thing that sucks. It's like you draft a guy like Josh Allen high, and it's like if the game script isn't there, if it's not a tough matchup like or a competitive matchup like the Ravens, you can just keep feeding James Cook, and you're gonna get kind of like a 16, 17 fantasy point floor with Josh Allen.
Yeah. I think you're on it. I mean, it's going to be Josh. It's going to be looks like not Lamar. So you got Josh or JD. Jaden Daniels was my sneaky pick. Maybe he can bounce back, but missing time's always hard when you look at MVPs. I'll give you a sneaky one though. Receiver hasn't won in a while, man. Puka, like if these quarterbacks continue to be kind of like iffy, good but like not elite, Puka Nacua, man, is on pace for a shitload of yards.
He is a fucking dog.
Dude, he had 170 against the Colts.
He is like, I don't know what is going on, but when you look at okay, to put it this way, I'm watching and I'm kind of looking at the the huddle like pre-snap. He's got that like Tom Brady look in his eyes. You know that meme I'm talking about?
Yep.
Of Tom Brady. I swear to like it's like the same eye shape. It's the same yes, dude. And I'm just looking and I'm like, oh my God, thank God I am not playing against Puka. But how bad do you feel for all these freaking people out here who passed on Puka for guys like Brian Thomas Jr. because they thought that Stafford had some sort of back issue that was going to result in Jimmy G playing all year? Hey, man, can we just pour one out for all those guys?
Yeah, that's a clap it up, man. GG.
I am sorry because
I was one of those people. I passed on Puka for Neighbors, and who knows where they would have ended up. Live MVP odds: Josh Allen, Mahomes, Baker, Matthew Stafford in fourth, plus 1,200. No, not a single receiver until after. Wow, they really do not like receivers. Puka Nacua is plus 10,000 right now, same as Caleb Williams.
I could really just see it being Baker, and everybody loves a good underdog comeback story too, man.
Baker plus 100 right now to win the MVP. So
if he continues this production and just doing what he is doing, man, I mean, holy crap! How many games have we had it where it's like he's put in a 2-minute drill and he's got to go win the game? Like I swear, it's like every time I turn on the Bucks game in the fourth quarter, it's like they get scored on. It's like, all right, dude, you got a minute and 8 to go out and win this game, and he fucking does it every time.
It's like Brady, truly.
Respect on him, man.
Truly like Brady.
The character development with Baker Mayfield is just, I love it. That's what makes football so fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's still only like 32. He's got like 5 more years at least. Closing thought: Puka right now, 5 games, 588 yards.
I mean, like, dude,
this guy could go for 1,500 yards this season. He's
disgusting, bro.
Yeah,
he is disgusting, man. And you know what's crazy is Dana White actually like hosted his his mini camps with his kids, and he went from just being like, imagine just going to like the rec league and you just see some little beast out there who's just playing football, and you kind of integrate him because you have status because you're Dana White, and all of a sudden like you got like this just absolute just like generational talent in Puka Nacua, who's like, we should feel lucky to be able to see this guy fucking play, because it's like, you go from watching the Eagles boring ass offense to let's go over and watch the freaking Los Angeles Rams play some football, and they're just throwing it down the field, and Stafford's just throwing the piss out the ball. He's throwing 80-mile balls at Puka, who's snatching them down in double coverage. Like, my God, dude, it's just great football to watch, bro. It gets me amped. Yeah.
Rams are a fun one, man, and he's a fun story. Added him on waivers for $25. Best waiver ad of my entire life.
Hey, I had him that 1 year. What was it? Was it 2023? Was that?
Yeah, you got him after you started 0-1, dude. Wide receiver 4.
Oh my God, bro!
1,400 yards, 6 touchdowns that year.
What a year that was for me, bro. Hey, man, we got to put it fat.
Hey, you got to get it done this year. Just so everybody knows, and Joe's probably not going to like that I said this, but I'll knock on wood first. Joe's team looks pretty good right now. I'm not saying they're going to go the distance. Again, I knocked on wood. Joe's team is in a good position, so we'll keep you all updated. Yeah,
we're really trying here, man. It's long-standing league, as some of you guys know, and winning in this league is like better than your wife having your firstborn son, dude. Like, you need it. You need it to be able to live a full life. And me and Keith still have not won this league. So
double runner.
One day we both will. Hopefully me this year, you the year after, baby. And we can shake hands at the green jacket ceremony.
It's not happening for me this year. You don't lose your first pick and win the league. I'd love to see how many people have done that. Anywho, week 6 NFL should be a fun ride. We'll love to interact with you guys on Twitter at Fantasy Forge. Let us know where we were wrong, where we were right. We'll be tuned into Red Zone just like the rest of you. Appreciate everybody hopping in and chatting a little bit of week 6 with us. We'll talk to you real soon.